Okay, I think we are live now. So let me say hello. And it's July 24th, a little bit cooler out than it was. Hopefully, everybody's doing well. It's amazing how the summer is going quickly. Next weekend will be August. So it's really things spin, nothing slows down. But I hope you're enjoying the summer and hopefully you're having a little bit of time to slow down. Though all of us are very busy, I think radiology, there is no slow season. There's fast and faster. And if you listen to the administrators, they want you to go even faster than that. So my talk today is on what you can learn from outside of radiology. Now, I think this is an important thing for all of you, whether you're a doctor, a radiologist, or a non-radiologist, a technologist, a nurse, whatever you are. This is a very important topic, and I'll tell you why. When you're at work, you learn about the job you're doing, sometimes some helpful hints, but everyone is so focused on just getting the job done. No one is really thinking ahead. No one is looking at the changes, the opportunities, and also just for yourself, life is, I would admit, even I would admit, beyond radiology. So you want to know what's happening. I will tell you, I've been around for a bit, that most of what I've learned that I think is really worthwhile and important beyond reading the films, because reading the films, that's what I learned in radiology, and reading the journal articles, reading the textbooks, looking on PubMed and every place else, but everything else is outside of radiology. Sometimes you have smart friends, and I do have smart friends outside of medicine. And if I look back at my career, those are the people who had the biggest impact on me. But if you go to my name, Fishman E.K. or Linda Chu, and you type in JACR, we write an article for JACR. I've done a speaker series for the past decade. We have about 9 speakers a year, except for a couple, Dave Hellman, Elias Sahuni, Bill Brody, who were physicians at some point, or still are physicians, but spoke about leadership or challenges they had. Never have a speaker talking about radiology, how to make more money, how to read more faster, how to do this or that. Forget it. And if you look at the articles we've done, and I'll just look at the ones from the past year that are on PubMed, we had Kimberly Powell, who's the head of healthcare for NVIDIA, speaking about agentic AI. She was talking about how AI is changing our world inside and outside of radiology. And you hear about this every day, but you heard about it first with Kimberly, how it's doing things. We had Jack Smith talk about automation to innovation, how AI is changing global industries. You heard Jensen Huang speak about a similar topic, saying that no one's job will be the same. I will tell you, whether you're a radiologist, technologist, nurse, anything you are, your job will not be the same because AI is changing everything. I look at my grandchildren and make the point, what should I be teaching them? What should they be learning? Because the jobs they will get in a decade or two will not be what's available now. The future is evolving. It's hard to predict. But Jensen's talk was learn basic core things, and then you're going to do all right. Don't worry just about what you're doing. We talk about data-driven ventures, a path of higher returns and gender equality. Jenny Abramson, who runs venture capital, talking about how she invests, how she makes decisions. We had Ted Giovanna speak about data risk and adaptation in modern healthcare. He's a race car driver, in addition to being an entrepreneur, talking about how risk and taking risk is so critical. We learned from Ed Catmull years ago about the importance of risk, the ability to be wrong, and tolerate error. Steve Jobs spoke about that. Ed Catmull, Jensen Huang. You're not always going to be right. You can't punish people who are working hard. And in science, the best discoveries, whether it's the light bulb or anything else, had 10,000 errors or 10,000 learning experiences, as Edison might say. We had Tina Wells talk about work-life harmony. Again, everyone is burnt out, it seems, but you need to have some sort of harmony. It's not perfect, but you need to kind of try to balance things out. We talked about with Jeff Schiller, talking about the same thing, about emotion and how consumer brain drives client decisions, learning what we need to do. And Sharon Reed also spoke about that, who's from GM, talking about understanding what your customer needs to hear and what they want. And our customer is our patients. We need to do better with our patients. I admit I look at a lot of scans and I don't speak to all that many patients, but I do speak to some, that, and I speak to a lot of doctors in person still. That to me is the best thing we do, the best thing I do, the best value, but we can't do it. We talk about identity matters. We had Karen Becker, who's the CEO of Clear, speaking about patient experience, customer experience, how you need to make it frictionless, how it needs to work out. We spoke with Juan Ferez, head of AI for Microsoft, talking about ChatGPT and how it's impacting work and discovery. We spoke with Artie Matur, speaking about healthcare and building a platform within healthcare. She has a novel new company with drug delivery, but again, how she rethinks about things. A year ago, we had Ed Capel and Jensen Huang in conversation. Ed spoke about, and Jensen spoke about, creativity. How do you create creativity? How do you allow creativity? How do you enhance creativity? We had Trina Spears from FIGS talking about team building and satisfaction of employees, and how when employees are happy, the customers will be happy. Ed Capel spoke about leadership with Jensen Huang. We had Matt Mullenweg speak about open source. We had Jenny Breton from Jenny's Ice Cream, which is very big. It's a great company, but especially when it's hot out and always have great flavors. And she spoke about how she thought about things, how she developed the company, how she failed and then succeeded, and the risk rewards and what you need to be doing. We had Amanda Reese speak about aging and how we can have healthier aging. And Diane Helfand spoke about neurodiversity and leadership. How people are different, but by enhancing the differences and celebrating the differences, not criticizing the differences, you can in fact be more and more successful. We spoke about, with Bill Weeks from Microsoft, speaking about fixing our healthcare system. We talk about Shiv Rao, about a bridge. He's the founder. How a bridge is changing how medicine is practiced, because it automatically gets all the information from the meeting between patient and physicians. Physicians are not sitting there clicking away when the patient's behind them. Everything happens automatically, and how it enhances the interaction between doctors and their patients, increases doctor satisfaction. And I could go on and on about the things we've done, the things we read, the things we talk about. I am telling you that you need to really rethink things. People are complaining like crazy everywhere. Too much work, too little satisfaction. People want to work from home. I know there's certain reasons, but if everybody's home, that's not very good for innovation. It's not very good long term. I think people are going to be unhappy being home all the time. Let's see, if you have any comments, John Biacchino, 22nd year anniversary with me at Hopkins. Happy 22. I am at Hopkins, double that plus one, kind of scary. But I think it's just the fact that we all need to really rethink and relearn. And I think if you constantly are learning, you can go online. There's all of these lectures, there's interviews, there's so much easy stuff. Yes, I still do listen to Fleetwood Mac a lot lately. Silver Springs, I love that song. But in between that, and in between the news, and in between listening to whatever, listen to people who are talking, who are thinking, who are challenging you. I think that becomes very, very important. And whether you're John Biachino in Baltimore or Owen Townsend or Hassan Kabari, who's saying hi from Norway, thousands of miles apart, we're really all the same. It's that challenge of how do we move forward in a world that's moving forward with or without us? How do we make certain that we're happy, that we're engaged, and that we're involved? I recommend you go look at some of these articles. They're all in JACR. You read them. They're only 1,500 words total. We have the article, what the person said, and what we think it means in terms of radiology. Just read those. I think you'll enjoy them. It's a 5-minute read. You may want to think about it for an hour after, but just read it. Everyone is different. We take great pride. It's, by the way, like last year, it's myself and Linda Chu and Steve Rose, now in Texas, Charles Crawford, who is our GAP student, who is almost ready to start med school, I guess, in a few weeks in Tulane. So I think do it. Let us know if you like it. And for a few of you, if you want, you let me know and we'll be able to maybe link you in to hear some of our talks. But anyway, I hope you have a great day and a great rest of Thursday and a great week. And I'll see you all later. Bye, guys.